Hi, this is Mark with Boundary Water Bag Co. and today we're going to show you what we just did with this bag. We'll get bags once in a while that'll come in and we do repair them. So we do some bag repairs, and we had this Boundary Water bag and have no idea how many years old it is, but customer came in and this strap is about ready to tear through. And you know, once in a while happens, you get a piece of leather that for whatever reason they didn't, when it was brand new, you just didn't see that weaker spot there. And so over time it just kind of stretched out and started to tear. So we end up taking it and we ground out the old rivets back here, and we put in brand new strap, and that bag is good to go. These bags are well worth taking the time and effort to rebuilding them. But this also gave us an opportunity to talk about one other thing. You see this bar going across here? I understand the reason why they did it. They wanted to reinforce everything in here. The problem is I find that this bar tends to dig me in the back and I find it uncomfortable. So as I've got a bunch of weight and stuff, I feel this right in the middle of my back digging in. I'm going to show you our bag and what we did here. We enlarged this back panel area, and inside here you can actually see that there's another panel inside here that's 5 ounces, and this here is about a 10-ounce piece of leather. And the reason why we did that, we dropped that in there, we smooth this whole back panel out, makes it way more comfortable. The other thing we did is we had a carry loop up here. It's more for, if you had it loaded and you grabbed it, you're not going to pull it out no matter what. But it's more for, it's a great place to hang that pack and keep it nice and dry in the off season or whenever you're not using it. The other thing is that we do, and I'll show you the difference on these threads. See this thread right here? If he zooms in, that's a 277 bonded nylon thread. And so we've got this whole back panel, this one, and this inner panel that's sewn in with a 277 bonded nylon. The reason why we do it, it is so much stronger than if you go over here. Look at this thread. See how small it is compared to what we used? That's because it's real thin. I would say this is probably a 138, right in that ballpark. The other thing that I don't like is those small little stitches. Leather, when you stitch really close together, you perforate leather, and so it weakens it out. And so here you can see where we've gone, and we've got about 5 stitches per inch, and it's wider, so you don't perforate it, and you keep a lot stronger piece of leather, and it's just going to last longer because of that. So the other thing I want to talk about these bags is these straps. When you have a big wide strap like this one, this is 2 1/4 inches, and we use the exact same width. You take this 2 1/4 inches, people say, well, it's not padded. Well, when you make it this wide, it doesn't have to be padded, and it'll be way more comfortable because you're spreading the load out. The problem with a lot of nylon straps is you'll have padding, but you'll have this nylon coming down the center right of the strap. The problem with that is you load those rascals up, and then pretty soon that nylon is just pushing right through that padding that's in that strap, and it just is uncomfortable. So we actually find that these wider, heavier leather straps, this is a thick, heavy leather strap, is actually more comfortable than going to padded straps. So that's why on these big, like this is a number 4 bag, we don't use padded, because at the end of the day, it's just something to wear out. It's not going to last as long, and these are actually more comfortable. So just a few things that I wanted to show you, the difference between our bag versus what they do and the differences. So if you're in need of a new canoe pack, just come on over and take a look at our website at boundarywaterbag.com, or step in the shop, or right here on Sheridan Street on Main Street, Ely.